Okay, on to we do. We're going to do two, so leave yourself maybe, half a page for the standard form one, half a page for the slope-intercept one. So we're going to start with one in standard form. Addison paid $10 for 2 granola bars and 6 apples. George paid $7 for 2 granola bars and 3 apples. Find the cost of each one. So I guess first thing to notice, this is a two things equation, so to speak, not a slope and y-intercept one. So we're going to expect a standard form equation to appear. So $10, that's the cost of 2 granola bars and 6 apples. Equation number 1, it is indeed in standard form. And $7 is the cost for 2 granola bars and 3 apples, also standard form. So we're going to use the elimination strategy to try to figure out A and G, the cost of the apples and the cost of the granola bars. So remember what we're going to do. We're either going to add or subtract the two equations in a way that eliminates one variable. And you'll notice here's where it's going to happen because I've got 2 of each. And so if I subtract the 2, then G will be eliminated. And I'll be able to figure out A if I do that. So I kind of want to make that note like, oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. So if I subtract those two, 10 minus 7 is 3. 2G minus 2G is eliminated. Nothing to write there. And 6A minus 3A is 3A. And look how easy it is to figure out what A is. A is $1. Done. Hardly any work to figure out the first one. Common sense shows me 3 times 1 is 3. Done. Found one of them. Now remember, that doesn't mean we're done. A complete solution is going to have the price of both items, and we've only found A. So what we do now, in order to find G, now that we know A, we go back to either original equation, don't care which one, and put A in where it goes. Right now I know A, that will only leave me G to find, and when there's only one variable, I can find it. So once I do that, I'm going to end up with 10 equals 2 times G plus 6 times 1 is 6. I no longer have the A in there anymore. Now I can find G. I can figure that out with common sense. If you can't, then just solve it with algebra, no problem. Take away 6 from both sides, and we get 4 equals 2 times G. And I think from there you can tell that G equals 2. So the apples cost $1, the granola bars cost 2. Now we're done. We've found both. Okay. Also works in slope-intercept form. If you want to unpause when you're ready. Here's a system of equation in slope-intercept form. Always works in slope-intercept form because you're always going to have this. Super easy to do. So I'm going to still write. We're either going to add or subtract them. You may do either. I know all of our examples today have been subtracting. That is common. It's kind of easy to notice when that happens. So I'm, of course, going to choose to subtract again, because if I do y minus y, then y will be eliminated. And that's what I want. I want one of the variables, doesn't matter which, to be eliminated. So when I do that subtraction, y minus y is 0, eliminated. That's why I'm doing this. 6x minus 2x, let me not mess that up. 6 minus negative 2. That's the same as 6 plus positive 2. And, I didn't add the opposite here. Let me do that. Negative 19 minus 5. That's the same thing as negative 19 plus negative 5. That is negative 24. So, might be able to figure out x with common sense, might not. If not, let's just solve for it. I can eliminate this negative 24 with a positive 24. Eliminated. 24 equals 8 times x. I can now tell that x equals 3. Now, it's easy to stop there and be like, got it, I'm done. You're not done. Got to find y still. A complete solution to a system of equations is both variables. So now we know one, and we can use the one we know to find the other. So I'm going to now take that x equals 3, and I'm going to substitute it back in for x in either original equation. Does not matter which one. I usually just choose the top one out of ease. So now that I know x, I'll use it to find y. So once I do that, I get, I'm going to write that down here, y equals 6 times 3 plus negative 19. So that means y equals 18 plus negative 19. So y equals negative 1. Now I'm done. Now I've got both variables solved for. No graph needed, super precise, no guesswork. I get an exact answer every time with elimination. Y'all, I hope that made all the sense in the world. I know it was a longer than usual video, but it's a great strategy, but it is a little bit work intensive, and I wanted to go slow to make sure that all the steps kind of hopefully made sense. Can't wait to work on this with you in class tomorrow. If you want to give it a second watch to feel even more confident, I'd be proud of you for doing so, and I'll see you tomorrow.